Hello Virgos, welcome to your monthly reading. This is for August 2025. I like to look back at the previous month. We'll do that with one deck, and then we'll get into your month, current month or month ahead, depending on when you watch this. If you don't like to watch the process, you can use the timestamps below that I capture for everyone. So let's get into looking back here at July. For Virgos, it was about just kind of a heads up that your month of July was looking to be maybe possibly pretty busy. So just kind of watch out on your commitments in your calendar. And that was due to possibly you starting sort of a fresh start, a new phase of your life. So that just means like you're starting, like a 7-year period, a 5-year period, whatever it might be, in terms of what you're going to be achieving and receiving. So I'm just doing the same kind of number of cards and pattern established with the first group, which was Sagittarius this month. So we're going to do 4 cards looking back, and then we're going to get charms and cards to talk about August. Okay, that one came out pretty quickly there, Virgos. They're really throwing them out of my hand, like getting rid of them. But that one's an unexpected surprise, a happy surprise. I'm just trying to see where I'm feeling the movement over here. I think it's up here with this anxiety message. We'll just see. There we go. I think maybe it's finally kicked out what they wanted to kick out. Seeing. Okay. I'm going to keep this one. Tuning in to see if they've discarded any. For wow, all are meant to be here. Not sure why I was losing my voice, my throat chakra in that area. I don't know if this is an emotional space for you right now. Okay, if that's discarded. No, those don't. I feel like they just wanted this one up here on anxiety. All right, so let's get the cards for August. What is the messaging for Virgos? What do your souls want to share with you at this time? Your guardian angels. Here. What cards are they kind of shining on? And I'll make sure they're all on camera. Turning the deck over because they told me to turn it over. I don't know if that was just so I could see what they're pointing out to me here, or they just wanted to have a little fun with you. For those of you watching. Okay. I'm going to take a timestamp here for our friends that skip ahead, and then we'll dive into looking back at July. Okay, so in July we were talking about how it's going to be a busy month for you. Caution to not overwhelm your calendar if possible, but also July being a transition period into sort of your close of one chapter into the next chapter, sort of next block of years for yourself here. We'll just start with the first 2 cards I flipped over. Okay. Interesting. I don't know why I'm going here, Virgos, but I feel like there's a disagreement here between you and another party. They keep drawing me this down here to this chick. I don't know if this is someone observing this, like if this was a disagreement in the household and like a family member observed it, or another family member is aware that there's this ongoing kind of matter or disagreement, lingering disagreement between the two of you here, because they're putting the jacket on, right? The multicolor raincoat here, the magical raincoat, and it's all full of love. So they're trying to get you to calm down the emotions here to be more of a space of love. So I don't know if you achieved that balance in July, or like you felt good, but you didn't really deal with this disagreement. Like that could be you just kind of reflecting back and kind of looking up on this and then choosing, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to stay in a place of happiness. So I don't know why they're telling me that there's this lingering emotions here. But again, maybe it's because you worked on some areas, but you still have this one last little, I don't know, scenario that's kind of impacting you here. Oh, I guess the camera kind of dropped. Don't worry, we'll make sure everything shows up on camera. Okay. All right. I don't see too much like socializations with regards to a busy month, but I do see like this steady pace. I don't know if it was just constant conversation, if you had a lot of phone calls or a lot of video chats. But there's this beautiful kind of love connections, friends, kind of a period of visitation maybe, party planning. I don't know. But it seems like the socialization was mostly conversation, not necessarily travel, going out and about, or anything like that. It could just be family dinners at home, or just kind of visiting each other's homes, but just kind of talking as part of the visit. I don't know if you were struggling sleeping in July, or if you found as you transition, sort of this transition month. I don't know if the lack of sleep is that argument, as they're kind of pulling me from the wolf to the dog. Maybe you tossed and turned, even if you did sleep, maybe you tossed and turned, because it's weighing on you. It's weighing on your mind, it's weighing on your shoulders, weighing on your back, weighing on your heart, your stomach. I don't know if you had an upset stomach this past month, or migraines, or tension in the shoulders, but I feel like physically, this in July, you may have displayed some physical symptoms, some discomfort, and it's all related to this unresolved issue up here that did not get resolved in July. I mean, you enjoyed your month, but you just kind of ignored and didn't deal with this. Okay, so let's look at August. We'll pop into August here. I'm going to start down in this bottom corner here. So we have help with your question about aging. So I'm not sure why age is on your mind. I don't know if that's also the connective thread here between Sag, Virgos, and Leos. Kind of the grouping that I felt to put together. Sagittarius, I just came out of their reading, and there was a specific section just on sort of healthier you and talking about the body, and you're not too old. And now here we are with you, and you have some questions here about your aging. Okay, let's see. So this charm is all about You can kind of rest your mind. You can be a little bit more peaceful about it, a little bit more content with the aging. I feel like you have what you need. So that could be the professional help of like medical professional network, right? Right diet that you've already kind of adopted, right lifestyle. So I feel like you're trying to say you can rest about this question. You don't have to be concerned. And then this is all about reminiscing, past memories, sort of some magical moments. So I don't know if there was something you did in the past that kind of changed your fate here in terms of issues with aging. But whatever your question is, so let me give you just a random example. Let's say lately you've been thinking about your eyes. I'm waking up and my eyes are a little blurry, or I'm noticing taking more time for my eyes to age, and oh my God, do I need a stronger prescription, or maybe I need glasses now. But there's like this message of no, you can kind of calm down, think back to what you've done before for your eyes. You already have what you need, right? You already have the right conversation with your eye doctor going on, or your prescription's correct. And last time your eyes felt this way, you did drops. I don't know, right? So it's that kind of message. It's you have what you need, so you can kind of rest and calm down a little bit. In this space, calm down in terms of your anxiety. Okay, so they drew me right down to changed in the night. So maybe that's why it's been on your mind. Maybe you woke up and you just felt like, oh my God, overnight this happened to me. Like what's going on, right? It's all part of aging, right? With the keeping up, your body is just going through the process. It could be you. They're pulling me into her hair here, so this could be you concerned with finding that first silver hair along the hairline, maybe. So immediately you started thinking to yourself, I'm too young to see my first gray hair or white hair. But there's not really any age tied to that. Vitality isn't tied to the color of your hair. And I think that's the kind of message here, right? One strand doesn't merit getting your anxiety worked up, right? It's all about keeping your heart and your emotions in a peaceful place. I'm going to come up here to the sort of unexpected surprise, whimsy, joyfulness, happiness. That's maybe next year. I think I'm coming up here because you had a question here, and obviously this is a question here. So they are keeping it under wraps. It is still in my little surprise box here, which means they're not giving anything up freely to you regarding this question, this feeling that's kind of in your heart. You'll already know what they're talking about. So maybe next year, in terms of well, clearly it's a dream. It's something you've been thinking about. So not necessarily a dream, but like wishful thinking, right? Hopeful thinking. Um, I don't know if this is tied to this unresolved issue. I feel like they're saying you missed the boat in July to kind of reach out and resolve this. Not to say that you can't reach out, but the other party's sort of receptivity was in the right place, maybe right place, right time. So now you might have to kind of wait another turn. I don't think you need to wait till like July 2026, but I feel the other way. If you're wishing and hoping and dreaming this other party is going to reach out to you, they're not going to do that this year. It's really much for this scenario. It's in your control. your opportunity to reach out. It's in your energy to be the one to reach out and resolve. If you don't take action this year, so June you didn't do anything, July you didn't do anything, August you probably can. I don't know if it'll be in these piles coming up. But if you take no action this year, sort of this wish, this hope, this dream of so-and-so will see things my way will happen kind of next year, right? They'll have an aha moment at some point in 2026, or they'll just miss you because it's been so long since they've heard from you. So they reach out, right? The queen is giving her the card here, the invitation. So 2025, it's in your court. 2026, the ball will be in their court for resolution. Yeah, let's come down to the big grouping down here. The biggest change people see in you right now. So people are seeing a transformation. We have transformation charm right on top of change, but they're seeing a change in your health. So that means physically on the external of your body. So it's physically apparent. So this could be like, if I stick in the eyes space, tired eyes, right? Someone might say like, oh, you look tired today. Is everything okay? Maybe they're also noticing maybe the few gray hairs in your hair, or maybe your hair isn't styled like you usually do. Maybe you're someone that likes to put effort into keeping your hair a certain style, and people are noticing, no, that's different, that's changed. So physically, they can see something's up. They can feel it on you. They're reading it on you. There's also this kind of lost sense of direction, searching, looking. So that might be what they're physically seeing you doing. Maybe you're constantly searching for something. Maybe you're constantly saying, I've misplaced this, and I'm just busying myself looking for it. Distracting ourselves with little tasks. So they may be noticing that you're doing that, or you deflect. If there's someone that brings up this topic, you just deflect. So they're picking up on that. They know that. And then there's love and peace. So they also can see the hope. They know and can feel kind of what you're searching for, right? What you're looking for, kind of the change in you. So I don't know if you've gotten quieter. This could mean talking less. Not necessarily avoidance, but just like your contributions to the exchange. It just feels a little different, a little off here to others. And they're connecting that to how do you find your passion in life at this time, to bring you obviously a sense of peace and happiness and joy. And this is a take a step forward. So take the action yourself. Step into this hobby, step into this idea, step into this thought. I wonder why they're pairing that together, finding a passion with how people are observing you this month, kind of the change that they're noticing in you. Doesn't it look like she's kind of looking over at her like, I know something's up with her, but she keeps saying I'm fine. Like it's that kind of energy, right? People are like, I know she's not fine, but she's saying she's fine, and she's just reading her book and enjoying her book, but I know she's not. Well, she probably is enjoying her book, but she's not really focused on what's in the story, right? Now, in terms of sort of the finding of this passion, they're pulling me to the egg that's in her hand, this new dinosaur egg, dragon egg. Just trying to see if I can see what's inside of it. I don't know, maybe it's just fish eggs inside the egg. I don't know why they're giving me the cart before the horse, the chicken before the egg kind of analogy, sort of that thinking of waiting for something to happen in order for something else to happen. Oh, I just came down here. I wonder what will happen next. Yeah. I don't know if you've put some kind of parameters in place. Like, I won't take this step unless this happens first, or if I see this first, then I'll go ahead and do it. Like, I need to crack the egg open first and peer inside, and if it's not the egg that I wanted, then I'm not going to pursue it here. Maybe that's not normal for you. Maybe people aren't used to you sitting in this limbo space. You're a decision maker, and you don't seem to be making a decision here because you've put some kind of parameters on it, some kind of restrictions. I'm not doing that unless this happens first. But you won't find joy that way. Just go ahead and do it. I don't know why you have a stipulation. Why do you have a stipulation on your dreams? I'm going to come here last because I don't know why you want to plant a little seed here. Okay. So we have the French fries on what's making you feel anxious right now. So I don't know if you have an upcoming social period. So I don't know if August you have an upcoming gathering, or this is you preparing for like September. It would only just be a month away or a few weeks away if it's coming up in August. So some nervousness, some anxiety, maybe around party planning. What am I going to wear? Whose house are we at? Maybe all that kind of stuff stresses you out. You're putting parameters down here and rules and regulations. So maybe you're trying to do the same thing up there. You feel calmest when you know everything, all the details. You're a planner. You like the agendas. You like the details. Now the white rabbit is kind of magical in and of itself, right? It's the rabbit out of the hat with the magician. It's the helper in Alice in Wonderland. Even in the tortoise and the hare moral of the story, right? They're a bringer of kind of knowledge, clarity, information. So maybe those are the plans. So maybe you don't have to be anxious. The information will come to you. You will eventually know everything that's going on. For some reason, I'm seeing Thumper and Bambi. I know this looks a lot like Bambi, but the story of Thumper and Bambi, they were like best friends. They were buddies. Kind of bringing them together. So I don't know if that's the social opportunity here, and that's making you anxious. You're going to see someone that you like or you have history with. But there's this really calm energy, right? And with the message, forget who you are. That's kind of like, let go of the past, right? Bygones be bygones. Who you were in that moment, you may have changed. They may have changed, right? Give yourself some leeway. Give them some leeway. That's what's making you anxious, or it's just the planning. You like to know your details. So it could be, don't worry, you will get the details. You will be brought into the know. You'll get the information clarity you need, and you don't have to worry about running into someone or seeing someone. You'll both be okay with the run-in. And then in terms of forgetting, who you are in terms of the message here, and we all evolve. So who I was, 3 months ago, I'm not today. And it leads right into who are you really? And this is your answer. Well, if I'm to forget who I am, then who am I really? But, we did talk about July being a transition period, a busy month. We have this new leaf, a new start. Sort of, so your answer here is, again, you can forget who you've been up to this point, birth until present day, because who you really are is new. You're changing. Maybe that's why they focused on so much down here on what people can see, because people can see the transformation, the change that you're going through, the discovery you're going through on this new iteration of self. I always like using the snake analogy of shedding skin, right? It's still the same snake as a snake, but it's the new version of them, the next version of them, the fresh version of them. So both of these cards are magic. So we have the Cheshire cat, Cheshire cat, and then we have the unicorn, which in my charms is all about magic. We have it right here, right? Magic. And you're holding it. You're in control of this. So I think who you really are is quite a magical being in terms of you already possess the power to influence change here. Believe. They're trying to encourage you to believe that you can influence change, kind of take control a little bit more, influence some positive change. I don't know if you feel like you're lacking control or you're out of control of this situation, this person. Sort of, even the cards are kind of connecting all together here. So I think just kind of trust in yourself, trust in who you are today and how you think today in August, and just kind of go forward with what you want to do. Whether you want to talk to them or not, how you act in their energy is going to be okay. It's going to be okay for both parties. So let's check in next month, Virgos, and kind of see how your August played out here. Did you kind of take control of this kind of situation? Did you decide to just continue sitting in your kind of happy space and just kind of ignore this, which is fine, because then next year, like I said, it'll be in their ball, be in their court. But you can alleviate some concerns you have here about signs of aging. Aging is beautiful, so just embrace it, go with it.